Are you Mrs. Costa?
Yes.
Could you step up, please?
Sure.
You, sir, had been collecting baseball cards and football cards since you were a child.
Yes.
And you took his baseball cards and sold them to the defendant, who has a store.
Correct.
You want the cards back.
Yes.
All right, so you're an important part of this case, Mrs. Costa. Now, I assume from my reading of these papers that you and your husband had discussed selling the baseball cards. Is that right?
We had discussed going to this, just going somewhere and finding out their value. The garage had flooded, and I was thinking, well, if they're just going to get molded or ruined in the garage, maybe we should see if they're worth anything.
So you had a discussion with your husband?
Yes, we brought them into the house.
And tell me about the discussion that you had with your husband.
That was about the extent of it. And I went to the shopping center that we frequent all the time. I've been in the defendant's store a couple times. I told him I might bring them by. I bought a Nebraska football, a couple baseball hats. Just felt familiar with it. Asked him if he would look at the cards. He agreed.
And you had discussed with your husband the fact that you were going to take them in to have him look at the cards.
I mentioned it. Mm-hmm.
And what did your husband say to you?
I don't remember anything in particular that he said to me. He didn't say, don't sell them or anything.
It would seem to me that if two people were having a discussion about baseball cards, an extensive collection of baseball cards, that you, sir, would have had some indication of their value. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it would also seem to me, logically, that you would have shared that with your wife.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what did you tell her that you thought the cards were worth?
We didn't discuss the value of the cards. The cards had never been appraised.
And when your wife told you that she was going to take them in, are you trying to tell me, sir, that you didn't tell your wife, I think that this is what the cards are worth?
No, she's only going to show them. And I knew there were valuable
cards. There was
cards.
a misunderstanding, and I didn't have intention to sell them when I went in that day. I wanted to see what they were worth. By the time I left his store, I went in, he thumbed through them real quick, showed me all the little deformities, oh, the corner's bent, et cetera, et cetera. Said there's not really anything of a lot of value here. There's some bulk value. I'll give you a couple hundred. I paused. He said, how about 300? I tried to call my husband from the store, and I got his voicemail at work. I had a conversation with his wife. His wife was there while this was happening. And I said, well, we've been in your store before. I said, is this about the same that somebody's going to give me down the street? Because I thought if they're worth a lot, like 1,000, 1,500, I would take them some, a couple places. The minute I walked in the door when I got home, my husband called. I said, I sold your cards. And he flipped out. He said, what? I can't believe it. He didn't even want to know how much I sold them for. And he went over there within the hour and...
You mean within the hour of you selling the cards to him?
Yes, they still had them out on the counter when my husband went back into the store.
Okay. Mr. Levine, up until this point, nobody is faulting you. And I wouldn't even fault you subsequently, because you had somebody who came in who had what we call in the legal business apparent authority to sell those cards, right? You had the cards. You had gone in a couple of days before. You were the one who said, I want to bring some cards in for you to see. You didn't say to him, these are my husband's cards. I don't have the right
I told him that they were my husband's cards.
Did she tell you they were her husband's cards?
I believe she did tell me.
Well, did you? Oh, she did. That's an important piece. So, Mr. Levine, at that point, sir, that puts you on notice. And it puts you on notice that she may not have the authority to sell those cards.